Excellent. Now that we have our two machines in the same network, now we are going to make an exercise to first familiarize with some commands that we can use to first get the IP address of these machines, and two, to test the connection between both of them. Right now, I have the two machines open, both the Metasploitable one in the right and the Kali Linux one in the left. So the first thing we are going to do is to see the IP addresses of these two machines. There are two very common commands to run to query this information. So in this case, in the note at the right down, I have the example of these two commands. The first one is ifconfig. We just need to write ifconfig and hit enter. Also, you can see that here in Kali, it tries to autocomplete the command. And if this is the case, only with the tab key, I can query some of the possibilities of commands that starts with that. And also, if you see the autocomplete in gray with the command you want, you just need to press the right arrow and that's it. If config, and if I press enter, then I will have this information on screen. Here we can see like two sections. Each one of these sections corresponds to a network interface. So first is very usual, it's normal that every single computer will have this one because this is the loopback interface that you can use to communicate, that the computer uses to communicate with itself. We are more interested in the others, any other interfaces here. And in this case, there is an Ethernet connection and the IP address is this one here. Okay, so I can just say that Kali IP, just for our record, so we are not lost, is 192.168.0.203. Okay, the other command that we can run on the Kali Linux machine is the IP ATTR. Enter, and we'll see kind of basically the same information. Maybe here the only advantage is that the colors help us to see better the information we are looking for. In this case, this is the IP. Okay, same IP, no problem. Now I'm going to Metasploitable, and I'm gonna basically repeat this. In this case, I will put if config and enter, and I will see the relevant information. This command line interface is a little bit less complete with colors and stuff like that, or it's difficult to put bigger fonts, but the information is there. If we go to the right place, I cannot highlight it because this machine doesn't have a graphic user interface, so I cannot put my mouse and highlight the right place, but I can see here that is this address 0 and 135. Okay, this is the IP for the Metasploitable machine. We can just try, just for the sake of testing the other command, if it works. Not necessary at this point because we already have the one with the other command, but if we do this, yeah, there we have it. Same information, same IP address, so pick the one you feel more comfortable with, and yeah, it will work. Great. Now that we have this information for both machines, we can test better if they can communicate with each other. As a Linux like small tip is that if you press Control L, the all of the interface in the terminal, the command line interface will just be deleted or cleaned. Yeah, same in Kali Linux, Control L. I always use Control L, and I know that I believe clear or clean, it has the same result like that command and enter. But for me, Control L is more than enough at this moment. So great. We now need to choose one of these computers and try to communicate with the other. For simplicity, I will use the Kali Linux one because it's the most friendly in terms of fonts and colors and stuff. And I will use the command ping. It's a very common one. Um, Basically, I write ping space the IP address I want to check, um, and optionally this -c, and in this case 10. Now I'm going to explain what this command does. Ping is kind of a protocol, could be said, yeah, like that. It's a tool that used a protocol to send a packet from one computer to another computer, and that other computer will just bounce back the packet to the origin. So the idea here is to see if Kali Linux can send a packet to Metasploitable, and Metasploitable is able to bounce back that packet to the Kali Linux machine. If this process is done, it will store the speed, the time that this packet took to go from one computer to the other and then back. So if we have a time for this process, then we can assume that these two computers can communicate with each other. If they couldn't communicate with each other, when I try to do a ping to that address, it will say something like unreachable, like I don't know how to, or nobody answered on that direction or something like that. But when you receive the packet back, it means that it arrived to that other computer and came back. And in this case, this -c, it's about the number of tries, the number of packets that it will send to the other computer. If I run this command without anything and only ping and the IP address, it will start doing it forever, basically. Here, the first thing we can see is that it's working, because on one of these, each line is a try, is a packet, and it's reporting a time, basically, for this each time. But this will go on forever, and I will need to just cut to stop that execution. To do this, I would do Control C. I just did Control C, and yeah, it stopped. At the end of the command, when we stop it, it will try to tell us, like, okay, I sent 31 packets, I received 31 packets. That with that information, we know that the machines can communicate with each other. 0% packet lost. All the packets arrived. Of course, if I send 31 packets and receive less than that, that would mean that some packets were lost. And yeah, basically is that. And the other way to do this, if I limit the number of tries to 10 with this command, it will do the same thing. However, when it reaches out the 10th attempt, it will stop automatically. So it's a little bit more elegant. So yeah, that's all we need to do for now. We made a really good configuration of these two computers, and we are ready to start testing tools in Kali to scan or evaluate the Metasploitable machine.